at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It is the penultimate day, like I did tease at the beginning of the show. And we have a lot to unpack. France and England will be up today for the third place match. And remember, it's everything to fight for. France, who are looking like a team, favorite to win this competition, fell in the hands of Spain, and they had to settle for a third place match. Why England? They thought this would be the year since 1966 to lift this trophy, but it did not happen the way they planned, as the defending champions Argentina booted them out. It is a chance to fight for a bronze medal. Can France, can England, can they get this one done? That is the question we are asking today. You're welcome to. Or can Mex, USA? England and France may have missed not on the World Cup final, but there is still hope. There's still something at stake. For England, victory would deliver the best World Cup finish since lifting that trophy in 1966, and then provide a little bit of redemption after their painful semi-final collapse against Argentina. For Thomas Tuchel, the coach of the side, it is an opportunity to answer growing criticisms over the tactical decision he did deploy against Argentina. Can he get this one? Because after leading by 1 goal, they fell in the hands of Argentina. What does Thomas Tuchel have to say heading up into this third place match? Let's listen to the coach himself.
After like a kind of a shock in the beginning, it's becoming more and more painful every single day. Like I said, it will be a scar for us. It will be a scar for all of us. Unfortunately, not the first one, and very likely not the last one. This is what it is in high-level sports. Nobody wants to be tomorrow in this game. All of these 4 teams wanted to be in New York, but it is an official World Cup game. It's a chance to have the best results in 60 years for England. It is a big game against one of the very best teams in the world, and maybe the team in the best shape until the semi-final.
Thomas Tuchel had that to say heralding this penultimate match, which is the top place of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. But France, meanwhile, they are looking to bounce back from a disappointing defeat to Spain after arriving at the tournament as one of the favorites, as I did mention.
La responsabilité par rapport au match qu'on a, c'est pas un match amical, c'est pas celui qu'on aurait préféré, mais il est là. Il y a une 3e place, donc j'ai le devoir avec mon staff, et les joueurs l'ont aussi, de tout faire pour atteindre ce dernier objectif, qui est peut-être certainement moins important, mais je le répète, c'est pas, on est là, que les Anglais n'aient pas envie de le jouer. Et que...
Didier Deschamps having to say a lot heading up into this third place match. But the question is, with 2 of Europe's biggest footballing nations meeting for the third place, it is which team has shown the stronger identity throughout the tournament? Have the semi-final defeat exposed deeper tactical flaws between these 2 sides? And does finishing third genuinely, does it really matter? Or would this game simply highlight what they might have, gotten or gained if they had made it through to the final of this competition? Let's unpack it. And we still have Ibitayo Daramola with us in the studio, and it's time to unpack all these conversations. Now, it's been a jolly ride for these 2 teams, with France having to be pitted as the favorites of this competition, but nobody ever saw it, that they would be in the third place. Ibitayo, we have the third place match today, France, England.
Yeah, I mean, this fixture was what, when we got to the semi-finals, this fixture was what we thought we'd be watching at the finals, going by the build-up to the semi-finals. But it's football. Once again, a fresh reminder that on the day, the team that wants it most actually gets it, especially when you are even paired. I mean, we've seen both teams. Spain, now we can confirm. If we had doubts, we can confirm they are the bogey team for France. They have their numbers. And it's sad to see a great French side do so well. But, I mean, they've swallowed their pride. Both teams have realized this is another chance to get another medal at the world stage.
Let's look at right now the historical record between these 2 sides as they go head-to-head at the third place match of the competition. Looking by the metrics we have on the screen right now, you can see the total matches played so far by England and France. It's been 32 between these 2 sides for an all-time record. All-time wins, we have England taking the upper hand over here with 17 wins ahead of France's 10. Draws played, 5-5 on both sides. Total goals scored. England has got more goals with 66 here, ahead of France's 41. Now, you'll be doubting that this is a well-placed team, a great attacking side, but what generation did churn out these goals? That's the big question to answer. But the biggest victory margin we have between these two sides has been 6-0 in 1927. We get time before, property. That was 1927, guys. But right now, we're having the biggest victory for France. It's 5-2, 1931 and 1963. Modern era records, the last 9 games between these two sides, it's been 1 win for England and then 6 wins and 2 draws for France. Let's bring in a gentleman who is a sport journalist from the United Kingdom. We've got Robert Wheeler. Robert, you're welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Come on, we are counting down to the 3rd place match, and I'm sure English fans are waiting to see what the 3 Lions can bring to the table today. Let's see their road to the 3rd place. Since the beginning of this competition, we've had, at the group stage, England having a 4-2 win against Croatia. That was going a jolly ride. They had a goalless one against Ghana, and against Panama, we could see that England did win 2-0. And from the round of 32 to the round of 16 to the quarterfinal and semi-final, we've been having a total dominance from England, Robert. We had them up against DR Congo. We had them against Mexico, the co-host nation. They sent them packing. Norway and England, we thought that game was going to be Norway's game. But England showed a lot of prowess, and they could win that one 2-1. They scored first in the semi-final against the defending champion, Argentina. But at the end of the day, they lost to a well-tactical Scaloni side. Now, at this time, Robert, France, they have both lost just 1 match at this World Cup, heading up to the semi-final and now to the 3rd place. Robert, based on what we've seen so far, from all these metrics we've seen so far, which team has actually produced a more convincing performance throughout the competition down to the 3rd place?
Probably overall, I'd say France. I guess with England, the first game was quite promising against Croatia. The Ghana game was disappointing, with Ghana getting men behind the ball. And I guess England did have that big win over Mexico in Mexico City, which was a huge boost, getting down to 10 men and still managing to dig out and win that game, beating Norway, who had just beaten Brazil. Then the Argentina game was promising until we scored, really. And then Tuchel went a bit defensive, which is kind of uncharacteristic of him, not kind of what we expected. And so that was very disappointing. But France, they looked very promising all the way up until the semi-final, and then they just didn't turn up against Spain. So it'll be an interesting one in this match, which no one really wants to play in the 3rd game. So.
Yes, nobody wants to play the 3rd game, but come on, we are here at this point right now. We have to cross the river. Let's compare France's journey, road to the 3rd place match. Ibitaya, we've got them firing on all cylinders. They have won their games convincingly. 3-1, 3-0, 4-1. We're seeing 3-0 from the round of 32. 2-0 against Morocco. They sent the only African side who made it to the quarterfinal of this competition home. And in the semi-final, we saw a France that was clipped. I think that was the shadow of France against Spain. But this time around, they're in the 3rd place. Ibitaya, at this time, which team do you think had a jolly run into the competition heading up to this 3rd place match?
Oh, the French have been wonderful. They've been wonderful. I mean,
so do you mean that English national team did not deserve this 3rd place?
If as compared, the English, I mean, anybody who wins deserves to win. I mean, like I always say at the game on the day. But the build up to this game, the French, at a point in time, it looked as if they were unstoppable until they came unstuck against the Spanish team. And they've been wonderful. The Paraguay game, we all understand, it was very, very physical. And the referee wasn't helping their situation, but they gritted their teeth and they went through it. And so, I mean, they've been wonderful. Their front 4 has been firing. They came unstuck against the Spanish. It looks as if they're ready to kickstart. Remember, it's going to be the last game for their coach.
Yes.
And so they will want to send him off with a good win.
Now, Didier Deschamps says to be the final game for him, but anything can happen. There are questions and conversations around the likes of Zinedine Zidane taking this team, but will he be able to take another national team? We'll leave that conversation for another time. But Robert, England surrendered a lead against Argentina. Let's have that conversation. While we have France, they struggled, yes, against Spain and their pressing and their control. Robert, which semi-final defeat exposes a bigger tactical issue between both sides? Was it the Three Lions, that defeat against Argentina, did it really expose a bigger issue in the team, or the France's, the Le Bleu, that defeat against Spain? Which of them do you think exposed more?
I think from a tactical perspective, probably England, because going 1-0 up and dropping so deep was, I think Thomas Tuchel, he kind of shot himself in the foot with that one, which was very disappointing because he was brought in to be the man to make positive substitutions in moments like that in a way that Gareth Southgate didn't. And I guess with France, possibly looking at their run to the final, they kind of probably peaked too early. You look at those group stage results, winning by big margins, and then I guess they kind of probably ran out of steam a bit against Spain. Which is why they suffered that the defeat.
All right, but let's look at the players to watch, because it's not about the tactical deployment. It's about how the players will be executing all this. And we've got our players to watch right now that News Central has been paid attention to. And the two players we're paying attention to right now carrying this team is the captain of the sides, Kylian Mbappe from the French side, and then one man, the Englishman himself, Harry Kane. Now you can see that both have got great metrics and stats in this competition. One man who is 27 years old and another which is 32, but they will be up against each other on equal ground in this third place match. He plays for Real Madrid, he plays for Bayern Munich. So at this time, 64 all-time national team goals for Kylian Mbappe, and we've got 85 from the Englishman himself. 104 total international caps for this young man at 27, and we are seeing 121. Now the age really matters here. Experience making him play 121 and 104 for Kylian Mbappe. Now we're seeing international goals per game, so per game we would have a goal from Kylian Mbappe at 0.62. That's the international goals per game. So 0.62 on an average, he would always score for France. While 0.70, which is higher than the percentage we're given Kylian Mbappe for him to score at every international encounter. Olivier Giroud is the all-time goal scorer for France at this time, while we've got Wayne Rooney, who always topped this one as the all-time goal scorer. Can this man do it? I'm sure it's not going to be at the FIFA World Cup. But Ibitaya, two gentlemen, but at this time, something separates them, and that's what we are looking at today. So who would get the upper hand to lead the attack of their individual team?
I mean, two superstars they've lit up the World Cup. One has 8 goals, another has 6 goals. And really, third place, nobody wants to play it, but it's also an opportunity to pad the stats, like we always say. You know Kylian Mbappe will be in and about, taking the free kicks and every other thing, looking to get more goals. And of course, Harry Kane. Harry Kane is first a team player, but always gets the goal. And it's helped this tournament that, someone else has come in to assist with the goal in Jude Bellingham. But you know the chase is for the highest goal scorer, and Kylian Mbappe looks the man closer to get that.
Looks closer to get that, not because he's got age on his side or he's got experience.
That helps.
Looking at our second metric, we are seeing the likes of the current 2026 World Cup goals that both have had. Kylian Mbappe has more at 8 goals right now, and the current World Cup assists, he's got more. It seems to be getting more than the Englishman who leads the Three Lions at this time. But Robert, which player has had the greatest influence for their team, their individual team in this competition? Don't be a compatriot right now. Don't be don't be that typical Englishman that will support another Englishman. Let's be fair on the starts.
Yes, I would probably say Mbappe, because he is France's star man. When I guess with England, we have 2 star men. We have Kane and we have Jude Bellingham. And I think Mbappe could be the difference today because he's on 8 goals, and so is Messi. Messi's on 8 goals as well. They've both got 1 more game, so I think Mbappe will be driven to win the Golden Boot.
Indeed. Now, does a third place match, either win or defeat, does it really change anything in the run of the Three Lions or the Le Bleu?
It's a difficult one. I think because of the manner of England's defeat against Argentina, they need to go out on a positive, really. they're hosting the Euro 2028 with Ireland, so the UK and Ireland are hosting that one. So they want to take a bit of positive into that into the next tournament. And I guess it's with France, it's Didier Deschamps' final game, so they just want to give him a good send-off, won't they?
Yes, they will want to do that indeed. Now let's see the head-to-head between these two sides as they go up in the third place match of the competition. Yes, the year tournament stage, the match results, the key details of this head-to-head. We are seeing in 1966. The last time we did see that England had something, it was against France. So it's like another nostalgic performance right now and encounter. 1982 in the group stage, England and France did face off, but this time around we're seeing the likes of Brian Robson scoring just 27 seconds into the match. Can we see that today? It's in the hands of Harry Kane. In the quarterfinal, England did face up with France having a dominant win over there. It was a ground winner, Harry Kane. He missed a late 84 minutes penalty, and that really did not change the game. It really gave France, a win. It would have made them draw and then go into extra time. But in 2022, that happened in the quarterfinal. But this time around, it's in the third place match. So everything to fight for, everything is a win or bust for England at this time. So let's see the Euro head-to-head. For European competition, the head-to-head between these two sides, we're seeing that France, they've drawn once. Let's say the goalless draw and also this 1-1 from 1966 and also 2022 from the European competition. Only 1982 encounter made a difference between these two sides, and that's what we're talking about. And one man, Zidane, he did score at the 91st minute. It was a free kick and 93rd penalty to win that game against England at this time. So European competition head-to-head between these two sides, but today is the third place match. So every single record, let's keep them aside and fix our attention on this third place match. So Robert, I'll be starting off with you. What would you be predicting, judging by this head-to-head that we've reeled?
Yeah, I think it will be tight. I guess France have probably edged England in the recent ones, looking at 2022 when Kane missed the penalty. I think Mbappe, of course, will be motivated to win the Golden Boot, which could be the difference. I guess Kane's he's not far behind. He's got 6 goals, so with a hat trick he could go above Messi and Mbappe. So it can't be. I reckon it'll probably be played kind of like a pre-season friendly. It could be quite an open game because it's the third place game and not the final.
Okay, let's leave it at the third place match because it is not the final indeed. Robert, thank you so much for joining us on the show, and we'll hold on to your prediction. We go on a short break, and when we come back, we get to hear from Ibitayo himself what he's going to predict for this third place match.